Hey everybody, welcome to Beyond the Bell. I'm Andrew Zarian. Happy holidays. This is a Christmas Eve show. Probably the last show of the year. I'm joined by Rich. Rich, you're back. Oh, that's not you. You're back.
I'm back, baby. I was gone last week. I don't know. I honestly didn't even watch you guys do it, but I woke up. I had like 2 hours of sleep that night. They've been doing construction outside of my apartment for the last month, and I was like, "Yo, Andrew, I have not slept. I can't do the show. I got to go back to bed." And I kid you not, I slept until 2:30 that day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I went back to sleep 2:30 in the afternoon. I was like, "What the f?" My wife woke up at the same time. We were like, "Did we get gassed? Like, what the hell happened?"
God. That's scary. Maybe you did get gas, dude.
I know, right? Like
they
were working on the gas mains the last month. So I'm like, are we getting like the residual juice inside the house?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm shot a little today, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling great. Yeah. I'm getting that whatever that bug is that's going around New York City.
Are you getting that fakakta bug?
I'm getting the fakakta bug, dude. I feel like a little bit in my throat, but I'm okay. We're fine. We're here. It's the holidays. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Are you coming by tomorrow?
I'm going to try, but it's more than likely a no. I have a dentist appointment in the afternoon.
Stop it.
Dude, I got to
Why would you do that? Why would you
This is the I'm sure you've done this before. This is on the third postponement. And they were like, "You really got to come in.
Yeah.
How about Christmas Eve at 2:00?" And I was like, "If that's the only date, I'll go." And I'll tell you the story later. But suffice it to say, Dr. Scott is a family dentist.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I need to hear the story because everybody has a family dentist.
Yeah.
And it's never a great experience.
I mean, this guy's awesome, to be honest.
Okay, good, because I need a good dentist around.
Yeah, I'll send you to Dr. Scott, dude. He's right in Great Neck and huge wrestling fan.
Oh, is he?
He's a huge wrestling fan. So like whenever we go there, he'll talk about like everything. And like he used to go to like every Ring of Honor show with his nephew.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's great. I want to support him. Rich and I were at the Hammerstein Ballroom on Saturday.
Saturday.
It was Saturday. It should have been Friday. In my mind, it should have been Friday, but it was Saturday.
Yeah.
And we had a blast, dude. We had a great time. I had a busy day on Saturday. I took the kids to the firehouse in Astoria. Yeah. My friend James, good friend Jimmy, he's a firefighter there, and they do a Christmas thing for the kids. And Santa comes by with the kids go in the fire truck. Good
whole
people. Thing. And then I went directly from Astoria straight to, where did we go? Nick and Steph's by the garden.
We went to Nick and Steph's under the garden
with a friend that we can't say.
The mystery man.
The mystery man that somebody thought was MG Geek, and this man that is, we cannot say who he is. Okay, I one day I will.
Mm-hmm.
One day I will. Not today.
This guy, memoirs.
Huh? And
in your memoirs.
Yeah, in my memoirs. My memoirs. He thought he was MG, and he asked them why he's not allowed on camera on Observer.
So good.
By the way, our friend that we can't mention was mortified that this man thought he was MG. What do you make of that, MG?
Yeah, MG.
He's frozen. Okay, forget it. Go away. He's frozen.
So I want to give you guys the icky, whoever's listening out there. This is usually Andrew and I's MO is whenever we get together and we drink a lot, we always end up trying to FaceTime with MG. And more often than not, this guy does not pick up his phone. And we're like, what is this guy doing right now? And it's always some like fakakta excuse.
Well, he was out Saturday night. He was out at that bar that has good people on both sides.
Ooh, how did that work out for you, MG?
I heard he was shell-shocked and he ran away from that group at the table. That's what I heard.
Oh, yeah? MG, did you have fun on Saturday night?
Oh, I did. I did have fun.
Oh, I just don't like the way he said that.
No, I don't either. At all. But we had a blast. We went to Nick and Steph's right by the garden, right underneath the garden. Legendary place. If you're going to a Rangers game or a Knicks game or anything at the garden, you're getting a freaking steak at Nick and Steph's. Us three sat down at the bar. We ordered a porterhouse for 2. We got a couple sides. Rich and I got martinis. We were drinking dirty martinis. That dinner was so good.
It was fantastic, man.
It was fantastic, dude. It was such a quintessential New York dinner.
Yeah. It was
obnoxious, loud people at the bar, us. Having martinis, steak. It was such a big boy New York night.
It was very nice. And you know what the best part about that is? Thank you also. But what the best part about that is 2 blocks from the venue.
Yeah.
You know, like you go right down 34th and 8th and you're there, you know? Not even 2 blocks from the venue, like a block and a half.
Yeah, a block and a half from the venue right there. We walked in. It's the Hammerstein Ballroom, dude. My favorite place to go watch wrestling. We had a great time. We were sitting next to Alex.
Queen of the Ring.
Queen of the Ring, Alex. I wonder if she just tolerates us.
You know, there might be a little bit of that.
I think so, because we're very you know what? I'm gonna ask her. Do you just tolerate us? She's the sweetest. She's absolutely the best person to sit down and watch wrestling with. But we are obnoxious.
Sure. I think the thing that we have in common is that we're not, like, for example, like, we definitely sandwiched her, this poor girl, and we immediately asked her, both of us, like 1,000 questions that were not wrestling related.
No, we're not wrestling.
You know,
no.
That's the thing.
We're doing a show. Rich and I are doing the podcast at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Mike Johnson is in front of us, and I'm harassing this poor man the entire time. You know, there was a boo-boo. There was a mix-up.
Yeah.
They gave my tickets to Mike Johnson. We both had the same ticket, so I think somebody messed up the row. So I was like, dude, you sit down. I'll go behind you. And I proceeded to harass him the whole time, which was fun. Yeah. Always a good time. I had a great time at that show. A lot of fun. It was a great night. Where do you want to start? Because I was thinking we'd do something a little different. Maybe we could summarize the year a little bit. We could talk about what we're looking forward to next year.
Yeah. No, 100%.
We could talk about that thing that Tony brought up about MSG, which I found very interesting considering what I had heard. We could talk about that. You guide me. You tell me where you want to go.
Well, let's talk about the year in review and then kind of end with the Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Thing. Not so much a year in review, but like kind of like what we like and what we were looking forward to. And also, quick side note: the thumbnail for this episode, 3 of them are pictures that I took at the show, and I'm gonna post more pictures I took at the show tomorrow on my X account. So keep an eye out for that.
I did not know that those are your photos.
The Samoa Joe one isn't mine, but the Hangman, Max and Swerve are from Saturday night.
Oh wow.
So keep an eye out for those.
Hangman came out right next to us.
Hangman came out through the crowd. I kind of like finagled my way down to the floor level, and I got ushered out of the way when Hangman made his way down to the floor. So my ass is definitely on TV this Wednesday. So keep an eye out for your boy. I'm wearing a denim shirt and I look like me. I enjoyed I listen, you see me coming. So I enjoyed this year a lot in wrestling.
I did too.
You know?
All around. But you know, it's changing so rapidly. You know, and we say this every year, like, you know, AEW's creation was actually, you know what? I'll talk about CM Punk, right? Let's go backwards. CM Punk's pipe bomb, that was a notable moment. That was a shift in wrestling.
Yeah.
Right? The NXT boom was a shift in wrestling. AEW's creation, a shift in wrestling. The pandemic, a shift in wrestling.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon leaving, a shift in wrestling.
Oh my God, yeah.
CM Punk going to AEW, another shift. Like, there were so many monumental moments every single year. We haven't had a coming out of the pandemic. I mean, even before the pandemic, we haven't had a year where it's like, well, nothing really happened.
Right.
TKO, WWE's changeover, John Cena's retirement. You know, there's a lot of AEW's new deal, the commitment from Warner. Time Warner being sold. Time Warner. It's not Time Warner. Warner being sold again. You know, there's so many major things happening. It's not stagnant at all.
Yeah, and we can talk about something real quick that just popped into my head. Was the first Raw on Netflix happened in January, and the main event was Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, right?
Yeah. Next
year's January 5th anniversary on Netflix, it's CM Punk defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker. I feel like that is such an interesting trajectory for a full year to see this guy on top again.
Yeah.
You know, in a certain regard. I think the development of Braun Breaker and the Vision was fantastic. You know, like the new popularity of NXT. You know, like a lot of people are hyped for a lot of NXT guys, like a Javon Evans, for example, Obafemi. The launch of Maxine Dupree as like a formidable contender.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I think the women's division in AEW in the past year has been the tightest it's ever been. And I think the most fun it's ever been.
I think there's a lot. 2026 looks pretty. I think it's going to be an interesting year because the TKO stuff will be settled in there. You know, every year that company's shifting. I think that they're getting more and more settled in that new TKO environment. We've seen. I mean, I saw that change in WWE years ago, and every year it's been even more.
Yeah,
it's been even more of a shift. You know, is it unrecognizable to some? Yeah, I guess so. That company is unrecognizable, which is so fascinating to me.
I actually did. So my other godson, he's like 8, and he's starting to get into wrestling.
I think that's about the age, yeah.
And his mom's a little worried about it, and she's like, "Could I let?" I was like, "You can let him watch WWE all day long."
Yeah,
like
nobody's going to suck it on TV anymore.
At this point, it is the most family-friendly wrestling show you could find, and it's like very wholesome to a certain regard. There's no more blood. I was like, you know, like, and my wife was agreeing with me. She was like, "Yeah, he could watch it. It's fun. It's very colorful and very bright and very Broadway."
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And your wife works on Broadway. She's one to say, you know?
Exactly,
It is Broadway. It is Broadway. It's a Broadway show. It's a high-scale Broadway Cirque du Soleil.
Mm-hmm. Between, like, the timing and the placement and how the show's edited together and between the production team and all that, and this is not a knock against AEW, but I feel like WWE has honed that perpetual wheel of motion going forward in that, you know, they'll always be appealing to kids. They'll be appealing to parents because the kids like it, and that's how they make money. And then in the future, you're going to see, like, 10 years from now, people who are like, "Oh, I grew up with Rhea Ripley." You know, like, that was my jam. Or, like, I grew up, well, Damian Priest was my guy growing up. You know, like, so I think that's such an interesting, integral part of WWE is they love being self-referential with their own nostalgia. Even if that nostalgia is relatively new, like the John Cena stuff.
I mean, as a kid, though, you know, it is kind of like what we grew up with right now.
Yeah.
It's very bright, very cartoonish. You know, you're selling this.
Right.
Right? This is the whole point of this.
Mm-hmm.
This. You're a kid. You see this. You don't want this in the, you know what I mean? Or do you want like a regular guy in underwear? What do you pick? The regular guy in the underwear or the psychopath with the face paint?
Well, that's okay. So let me ask you something. Let's talk about that a little bit. So when I was a kid, I feel like you may have had the same experience. When I was a kid, I was aware that there was an NWA/WCW, right? I did not watch it because I was like, this is boring. This guy's just wearing red trunks and he's got blonde hair.
Everybody looks like an abusive dad.
Right. And everybody looked like a hardcore smoker and drinker and just like guys you would see at the Briefney pub, which was around the block from my house. And I was like, obviously gravitated toward, you know, your Hulk Hogan, your Macho Man Randy Savage, your Ultimate Warrior, like Dusty even, you know, with the polka dots, you know, like these big lunatics. As a kid, you're like, this is awesome. Like, this is nuts. This is like going to the circus.
Yeah.
You know, but then when did you have the same experience where you were
my yaya was a big wrestling fan. Okay. So I got into it. Like my father was also like, my grandfather was like, they always watch it, but my grandmother would turn on TNT or TBS, whatever. And she would watch WCW like 89, 88. So I had it on and I had the same feeling as you. WWE, they're cartoons. They're big. Everybody's big. WCW, everybody looked like your drunk uncle.
Yes.
I mean, that's how, honestly, like, listen, how many times are you going to see Stan Lane as a kid and be like, you know, or Arn Anderson or Bobby Eaton. Beautiful Bobby Eaton. There was nothing beautiful about Bobby.
Because you know why? Because when you're 9 years old and 10 years old, you don't care about work rate. You
do not care. You
selling,
know what? Does it?
you know?
And you know what? And I'm gonna say something a little controversial.
Mhm.
Does it even effing matter? Does the work rate even matter? It doesn't. For us, it does. We like
Yeah.
something that's very niche. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter to these kids. They don't know the difference. My kid doesn't know. Like, I'm watching a match, right? I'm watching a match. Wrestling at this point, today, I'm not talking about like 40 years ago. Today,
Mhm.
there's really no terrible wrestling on TV.
Right. Right.
It's a rarity. Like, if you see a terrible match, I'm not talking about boring.
Mhm.
I'm saying terrible. You see a boring match or a terrible match, I'm sorry, that's a rarity. That's like,
Right.
it actually stands out more because the level of wrestling has evolved to such a trained point.
Right. Booker T. Buff Bagwell. That's
You know what? I want you to rewatch it.
Match.
I want you to rewatch that match now.
Mm-hmm.
That match was set up to fail in
Oh
every
yeah, I think it was
possible
set up
way.
to fail. But again, like you're not seeing clunkers like that being trolled out to us by any company. You know, I think everybody wants to do as best they can. I do think there's a little bit of like WWE doesn't do the 5-star match stuff unless it happens organically. You know. And I think there's a lot to be said about that. You know, like work rate matters to guys like us and fans like us and people like us, you know, but when you're 10, you're not like, yo, this guy hit a standing moonsault into an Insiguri, into a shining wizard, you know, like you're like, yo, the Undertaker, this guy's
except
insane.
If you're me.
That's it, except if you're you.
MSG 1991 SummerSlam. I looked at Stu Hart. I had my little newsy hat cap on. I looked at Stu. I go, "Is that your boy? Is that your boy?" And he goes like, "Yeah, that's my son." And I go, "That kid's got it.
He's got it.
He's got it."
I put my money on that kid. Can we take this super chat here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Put it up there. It's a good one.
It's a holiday show. We're just making things up at this point.
Yeah, we're just going for it. This is from the Phil Online. Happy holidays from a longtime fan in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Please fantasy book your ultimate WWE versus AEW card. Ooh, I'm gonna go full card, but I will go main event.
Okay, go main event.
Main event. On the WWE side, Seth, Roman, Punk.
Okay.
Right. On the AEW side, Moxley, Danielson, and let's say somebody else. Who would you throw in there?
You're doing a mixed tag?
I'm doing a mixed tag.
Okay.
Right? And the end of the mixed tag is 6-man match or a 7-man, you know,
6-man,
like
yeah.
Roman, Seth, Punk, Moxley, Danielson, and somebody else.
I'm gonna go singles. I'm gonna go. I'll tell you. I'm gonna go CM Punk, Kenny Omega. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk, Kenny Omega. I'm gonna go Roman Reigns, Okada.
Mm-hmm.
Seth versus Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good. I got you 3.
You didn't let
Max
me finish.
versus, and you know what? And I'll do Max versus The Miz. Sorry, I thought you were done.
Oh, Max versus Miz is really good. So the end of that match is Moxley turns on Danielson and whoever their third tag team partner is, let's say Cesaro for argument's sake,
okay,
joins the Shield, and then they turn on CM Punk and Danielson at the same time.
Oh my God.
That's how
you know what? That sold it.
Exactly. That's
I
how you
want
end
that
the
match.
show.
Oh man,
and you
and
get
it left you for the future.
I'll give you a women's match.
Give me one.
It would be fun.
Oh yeah,
Bailey and Mercedes.
Bailey and Mercedes, great.
Okay. Tony Storm, Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That too.
Well, wait a minute.
There's history on both of those.
There's story there.
Mm-hmm.
Because didn't Charlotte pie face her? That made her want to leave?
Yes, and then a week later she was gone.
Bucks versus New Day.
Of course, Bucks versus
Great
I got
suggestion
one
in the
for
chat. Yeah, give me one.
Kenny Omega, AJ Styles, Cody, and Finn Balor.
In a 4-way.
In a 4-way. Do that. Call back to like
the Bullet Club boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like, you know what? I was kind of thinking this in the shower today. Isn't it ridiculous? I think because I listened to The Observer in the shower.
You gotta get clean.
I do not want someone to make an AI video of this. Okay, I'm listening to Dave serenade to me. Dave and Brian serenade to me in the shower. That's where I listen because I listen. I'm a quick boy. I need to be done. I need to hear everything. Yeah. And I was thinking, I'm like, it's such a shame that we can't have those. Like, it's such a shame that like John Cena can't be like, hey, I'm gonna go to the Tokyo Dome to wrestle Tanahashi for his last match. I think that would be freaking cool. And people don't see the benefit of that for wrestling in general.
Right.
Like, listen, this is an ultimate fantasy, there's 100 reasons why it won't happen, but I mean, why is there a wall there? Why is there a wall? It only improves the entirety of wrestling.
Yes. And it makes those historic moments, and I feel like a Tanahashi John Cena would have been a very momentous feather in both their hats.
Of course, because they were the ace for both their companies at the time.
Yeah.
And we're getting that retirement. I like this fantasy thing. It's a fantasy book it. I always find it interesting to be able to do this. And it always goes bad. We never got half those matches from CM Punk in AEW.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We got a lot. We got a lot of interesting ones.
Yeah.
Like him and Bobby Fish.
Yeah. Well, I think he himself said that he wasted a few of those matches.
I wonder if it's the Bobby Fish one.
I feel like it's probably other ones, Whereas
we got him in Penta, right? We got him in Penta. We got him in Kingston.
Let's look that up. CM Punk matches AEW, because I feel like there was a handful, right? It wasn't like a ton, but it was 27 wins, 6 losses. All right, so he had
30. He had sub 40 matches there in 2 years.
Yeah. Samoa Joe, Jay White, Ricky Starks, Dax, MJF, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, Juice, Moxley, Max Caster.
Okay.
I think so. I think I'm reading this right.
That was a weird time.
CMFTR, that was fun.
CMFTR was fun. The Sting one was fun.
Yeah.
So, all right, where do you want to go?
All right, let's. Are we done talking about the year? What are you looking forward to next year?
No, actually, let's continue that because it's a good topic. It was an odd year. I think the TKO stuff really settled in, and we saw the shift in that company. I think the AAA acquisition is really interesting because I got to tell you that AAA show could be one of the best shows of the year that aired this weekend.
Oh,
you have to watch it.
Watch it. Yeah, I got to check it out.
They did the new Gringo Americano.
Oh, really? Wow.
Wasn't that their team? Eddie's team?
Gringo Americano?
Wasn't that it?
From when? From WCW?
Los Gringos Locos. Los Gringos Locos.
Los Gringos Locos.
But they redid it with Grande Americano and Dominic.
Wow.
And it came out with the US tights. They did the Eddie and Art Barr.
I got to watch that show.
Dude, you got to check it out. It was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. It was very different. You know what it felt like? Remember I'm not comparing the style. Remember how NXT was such a specific different look and style versus the main WWE show? That's what it's like. This feels like a different promotion, and I like it. It feels like wrestling.
Okay, interesting.
And if WWE is going to plan on doing this, like NXT, I don't know what it is anymore. I can't watch that show. I'm sorry. I can't watch it anymore.
Is it too bright?
Oh, my eyes.
Yeah.
Too bright. But I still catch it. But WWE feels very different. I think AAA stuff is really interesting. The CMLL connection with AEW is very interesting. I think AEW had a much better year versus 2024.
Oh, I agree with you.
Right? Would you actually, chat room, do you guys agree with that? I thought it was a better year for AEW. I feel like whatever was coming off, the wheels were getting a little loose and they tightened up those bolts again.
Yeah, I agree. It was a tighter year. I think their plug and play method of booking worked more this year. For example, like all of a sudden now at the end of the year, you have a 4-way between Samoa Joe, Hangman, Swerve, and MJF.
Yeah.
Which I didn't see coming at the beginning of the year, so it's very interesting. Like whenever somebody's on top, depending on who they are, you have your set of opponents. Some guys could take a break. Some guys could leave for a little bit and come back. I think that's the way to do it. I also think you're going to get more surprises at the end of the year at World's End,
I would say there's two. I don't know I'll say this. I don't know at World's End, but I would say that there are probably going to be two interesting returns.
Well, one of them, it seems like it could be Andrade this weekend, right?
One of them could be Andrade. Yeah. And I was hinting at a return. And it wasn't Andrade. And everybody assumed it was Max, even though it was. We spoke about like off the show and off the record. You and I spoke that Max was coming back at this, and it was going to be a setup for him to enter into the world title picture at World's End. I'm not going to ruin that show for you guys. I think they're aiming at something interesting, but here's a name. Jay White's a name. I'm not going to tell you if it's him or not. But I think the Andrade thing is very interesting. I like Andrade a lot. Like I like his style. I like his look. I think he's a tremendous guy to have on that top level, like the mid top for now. But he could easily be plugged into a main event picture.
Absolutely. Especially with he made such an impact the last time he showed up. He was looking gigantic when he attacked Kenny Omega. Do you want to quickly go into the World's End card?
Yeah, go into it.
Because there's a lot of moving pieces here, and I
we're
think
doing
this
a loose
is
show. Do wherever you want to go.
I feel like this is like the card for World's End. It's this coming Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So the card lends itself to people returning. So you have your Continental Classic Tournament final.
I like Condiment Classic final. I want the
Condiment Classic.
Yeah. It's mustard versus dill radish. No, what is it? Dill. Yeah, it is dill horseradish.
Relish. It's Dijon versus yellow mustard. Continental Classic Gold League semifinal, Continental Classic Blue League semifinal, and then the tournament final, right?
Yeah.
Lends itself to somebody returning and challenging something for somebody, right? Babes of Wrath versus Athena and Mercedes. That's going to be fun. That's the women's tag team championship. And then you have the women's world championship, Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter. Is there a women's wrestler who has been missing or is out of action? Like Britt Baker, maybe?
Britt Baker?
And your main event, Joe, Hangman,
Camille,
Swerve, and MJF. Yeah, Camille. Like, there's a lot of people who are probably healthy at this point and ready to go. Now, for example, Sheeta, in the Joe, Hangman, Swerve, MJF, like, how do you see that play out? Like, who walks away with that belt?
I know who walks away, so I'm gonna skip.
Okay. If you didn't know, who would you say?
If I did it, I'm gonna tell you what I would like to see. And this has nothing to do with who wins. They may win, they may not, but I would like to see. I think the match will play out obviously as Hangman and Swerve kind of double teaming people, and there's gonna be a turn on one of them, on the other one.
Interesting.
And that'll lead into something else. I'd like to see that. Okay. I'd like to see Joe retain it because I think a lot of people are anticipating Joe loses.
Yeah.
And he's such a great... You know what's funny about him? Like, I don't see him as like a... this is going to sound odd, right? Like, I don't see him as like the suit and tie world champion.
Right.
But he fits that role so well. Like, when he's world champion, his entire presence changes, and he becomes almost like he should be in a suit coming out and cutting those promos, and he's telling you how much better he is than you. His entire character changes when he's world champion.
He becomes M. Bison. Yeah.
He becomes M. Bison. Yeah, he becomes like an M. Bison. Like and it's so odd because immediately when that title's off, it's not odd. It actually talks about his character development and how brilliant he is of a wrestler.
Yeah.
That title's off of him, he's a different human being. He's back to being that prize fighter. But when he has that champion, he's not. He's the guy in the suit.
Right. I agree with you 100%. I would also like to see him retain, but I also feel like it's going to be MJF walking out with that belt.
You know, I had a great tweet for MJF's return, and it was going to be, this is my marketing brain, I was going to give it a little shout out to our friends at Press 195 because they have a place in Plainview. And I was going to write a tweet talking about the new location in Plainview, but I totally forgot to do
it. You just forgot.
I like to see Joe win it. I like to see Joe win it, and then you could do whatever else. But maybe you do have someone that comes in and costs Max the win.
Right.
Maybe it is the world's end. So you could do a big schmaz ending every year for this, and I think people would kind of expect it and be satisfied with it.
Yeah. Now, like for future booking or for fantasy booking, like, do you see Kenny Omega coming anywhere close to that title in the next year?
I think Kenny, the story of Kenny is going to be that he's going to be in a lot of these tags. So I give him 5 singles matches a year and put the rest in a tag match. That's more than enough for him.
Trios, yeah.
But he's another guy. He's not an ego guy. He doesn't want a belt.
Yeah.
And I think some of that is a detriment to this company. A guy like Cody saying, I don't want to have that title, or Kenny or Danielson. It's not, I get it. I get why they don't, but that's not what the fans want. The fans want them to have it.
Right. No, I agree. I think the main event,
another run with Danielson. We got a title run, which was nice. I'd like to see another Kenny one. That's not a heel. I don't want to see a heel Kenny world title run. I'd like to see a babyface one. Yeah. But there's so many guys in that company. You know who I would like to see in 2026 have a main event picture? I think someone like Big Bill being presented in a it'll change that chemistry a little bit, because a guy like Big Bill is not in that main event picture ever.
Yeah.
You don't need to have a 5-star classic with moves like that, but if you developed a big monster on that roster, I think that's an add-on for you. That's a major add-on. It's a spectacle.
I know it's been done before, obviously, but I feel like the way to bring him in could have, if he was somebody's Diesel.
Yeah, that would have been a great way.
Like, it would have been a great way. Like, if he was like Roddy's Diesel or like Ricochet's Diesel, or something like that, and then they start feuding, and then like pretty much ape the Diesel Shawn thing.
Yeah.
Now here's another thing with regards to AEW. How do you feel about that main event title spot? I feel like it's been pretty tight over the last year
for AEW like the world title matches.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good year. I thought it was good. Some people were annoyed and tired of the Jon Moxley world title run.
The briefcase.
The briefcase.
Yeah.
I think some people were tired of it, but it didn't. I understood what they tried to do. Whether or not it got the point across, it depends on you. But I got what they did. I didn't hate it. I'll tell you this much. I didn't dislike that Jon Moxley, like, in the briefcase title run where he dominated everybody. I didn't enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed it way more than the MJF and Adam Cole storyline that I hated.
I agree with you on that. Also,
and people
like, another
think I was nuts. Did you like it? Did you like it when it was happening, or did you change your opinion after?
I enjoyed the briefcase stuff. You mean? Or
No,
the
the Adam Cole stuff.
I wasn't a real fan of it.
I wasn't
It was fine. It just didn't do it for me. The Moxley briefcase thing was interesting because it made you feel like they were really gonna pull the trigger on Darby Allin getting that title, and I think that was an interesting thing that happened in AEW in 2025. That they just didn't go with Darby, and it went in a different direction. I think that's very interesting. Now, here's another thing: do you see Okada holding that big belt?
Yeah,
or because of what his belt is called, is he really the champ of the company?
I mean, he's a champion of the globe, and the other one is a champion of the world.
Right.
It's he's a unified champion. He's a unified continental champion. And intercontinental, so he's the global champion.
Right. And then there's the world. So is this basically like the WWE championship and then the world title? How are we looking at this?
Well, it's a very complicated scenario, because what happens if he loses? Does the title split? Is that a separate title? The international and the continental created the unified championship, the unified champion.
Right. Now, to throw in even more gas on the fire, would you consider Takeshita the real world's champion because he has the legendary IWGP belt?
Yeah, they have 3 world champions.
Right. So it's between Samoa Joe, Okada, and Takeshita, they have 3 insane world champions. What are we doing here? What do we do? I'm not complaining about it. I love it. But
it's a lot of belts.
Yeah.
And we got the national title too now.
Right.
You got the national, you had the international, you had the continental, you have the TV title, you have the world title, you have the unified
Don't
title.
forget, Claudio's holding the CMLL
Claudio
title,
holds the CMLL title. So how many world champions are there in AEW? You got Okada, you got they have Okada,
everybody. They got everybody.
Cesaro, they got 4 world championships in that promotion.
And also Cody keeps mentioning he keeps promoting like AEW lingo, like he'll pepper in stuff sometimes. So is he also considered another world? He finally got his world championship.
Yeah. They're all world champion. Everybody's a world champion.
Everybody's a world champion. Yep.
Everybody's a world champion there. This card looks great. I'm looking forward to it. I am curious what they're going to do with the Takeshita and Okada storyline, because that is, if you want to talk about something in 2025 that they did really well, is building that story between the two. They really have made Takeshita into a star, and so has New Japan. New Japan made him into a star. But it was so easy. When that guy debuted in that company, it was so easy to see, like, oh, no, he's a stud. He's the one.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy. It was so easy.
Do we see the return of Ibushi in 2026?
I don't know. That I think he should stay healthy.
Yeah.
I think he should stay healthy.
Hang on a second. We got a good comment here. Do you see, this is from Good Doer, MG, if you could pop this up. Do you see TK breaking up the unified title and have Takeshita winning? Splits the belt again?
I don't know what happens. Like, I'm very confused, and I should know this, right? I should know what they're going to do with that title. I've asked, and I get a different answer from everybody I talk to, because I don't think anybody really understands what's going to happen. If Tony Khan, if he breaks up the unified title, then are you adding 2 more titles in this?
From what my understanding is, if it's 2 separate titles, then we go back to an international title and the continental title. So
is there a chance
we wouldn't have a unified title?
How does that happen, though?
Right.
If someone other than Okada wins that the Continental Classic.
Okay, then is he? Okay, so if someone other than Okada wins the Continental Classic, is Okada still a double? Like, what happens? Is he?
He still has the international championship.
He gets demoted. He gets demoted in his title.
Right. He doesn't have both. He just has one. Is how that's going to work.
Has that ever happened before? Have they ever split a title like that before? Not AEW, but in general.
I would imagine it's probably happened like Japan at times, but
I feel like WWE did
that. Doing it.
I feel like WWE did that with the European title and something else.
Good call. They might have.
Yeah, in like the early 2000s. Now, is there any chance or any way that you could have a winner-take-all IWGP versus unified title, but the winner, like that belt gets absorbed into the other belt?
Well, New Japan is doing that. New Japan is doing that with it's a winner take all for the IWGP and the global title at Wrestle Kingdom, because Takeshita is the IWGP champion,
right? And
Yota Tsuji is the global champion.
So does that belt get absorbed into the
IWGP? I think.
Too.
Yeah.
Which one?
We got? WWE has 3 world titles: WWE World and Universal. Undisputed is just like the unified.
Yeah, but they're not going to split it. They're not going to split it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the undisputed title is the new championship. That Universal thing was a Vince thing, and everybody else hated it.
Yeah. Well, there's your answer right there too for the question you asked. WWE did the undisputed title, and then they split that belt back into the world title and the WWE title.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they split it.
We got a couple of
nice super chats, guys. You know what? This is paying the bills here.
Hit him with the Mod Revolve one. There we go. Happy holidays, fellas. Hammerstein Collision was incredible. What is the gift Tony Khan said Mr. Zaslav gave him for 2026? Wrong answers only.
Wait, do we know? Did they say what it is? Because I know what it is.
Yeah.
You
know what it is.
I do. I know. Do you know what it is? I know the gift.
No, tell it. If you can tell it, tell it.
I don't know if I can.
Okay.
No, he has not.
Interesting.
Oh, let me see if I could say it. Because that's like a personal thing, you know?
Oh, interesting.
I'll ask now. If I could say it, I'll. It was like a little tchotchke. It's not like
Okay.
He didn't give him a jet. You know?
Yeah, was it a jet ski?
I would love a jet ski. It was like a Price is Right. A new car.
I can't picture you on a jet ski.
I've jet skied before.
Have you jet skied before?
Like I've been on I haven't like done a jet. Like I haven't done water skiing, but I've done a jet ski.
Okay. Can you punch up this next? We'll get back to you, Mod Revolve.
Hold on,
once
let me ask.
Andrew gets his answer. Trash Paradise King. MG, can you put that one up? There we go. Happy holidays, guys. I appreciate all your work this year on both shows, keeping us entertained. Now, finally, don't even want to say it. Book the Invasion. Winky face emoji. This is when Andrew starts glitching out, by the way.
Buff Bagwell, Buff Bagwell, Buff Bagwell, Buff Bagwell. Oh, I cannot mention the gift.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Take back everything I said.
Oh well.
I would think. Yeah.
I'm going with jet ski.
You're going with jet ski?
I'm going with jet ski. He said wrong.
I mean,
answers only.
I will say it's a cool gift.
Okay.
Yeah.
Book
the Invasion.
Everything cool that you wanted to happen. Sting shows up. Sting versus Austin.
Yeah.
Sting versus Rock.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Hogan.
You know what I'm gonna do? Trash Paradise King. I am going to wait for that so I could dedicate more time because I don't think I could dedicate enough time to a AEW WWE Invasion angle. I'm gonna save that. I promise you, I will give you a really good answer.
Straight up DX versus NWO.
Yeah, straight up.
Straight up, just DXing NWOing. That's when Shawn Michaels turns and joins the NWO.
Hey, maybe the gift is negotiating the Garden for Tony.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So on Saturday night, Tony Khan sort of hinted that Madison Square Garden was supposed to be the venue for the first episode of Dynamite.
Yeah, and it didn't happen. I find his timing very interesting based on things that I have heard. Okay,
his timing saying what he said.
Yeah, they want to run a pay-per-view in New York City.
Yeah,
they've wanted to for a very. I mean, this isn't anything new, but recently I've heard rumblings again about if it's possible to do in New York City. They definitely want to take that opportunity in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what venue. I mean, there's only 2 venues in New York City that they could run. There's only 2 venues. I don't think people understand that. Like, for the grand size of this city, we only have 2 sporting arenas. You have Barclays Center, and you have the Garden. Everything else you have is Long Island, or you're going to Jersey.
Yeah. I do like the Barclays a lot.
You know, you can't run, if you're talking an outdoor place, you know, you could run a Yankee Stadium. You could run a Citi Field.
Hell yeah.
The new soccer stadium is not built yet. You can't do Forest Hills Tennis Stadium because they have the ordinance. You can't do Arthur Ashe because that thing is demolished. You saw the video I sent you of Arthur Ashe Stadium? They're renovating the whole thing, so you're not going to run there. I expect a pay-per-view in New York.
Yeah.
Halfway through the year, maybe a little further down, but I don't know if it's going to be the Garden. But I find it very interesting that this came up, that he's talking about wanting to run the Garden when I had heard something very interesting.
Yeah,
about a pay-per-view coming to New York. I don't know if it's logistically possible because they're very in bed with WWE. Like, you walk into the Garden, they have WWE stuff everywhere.
Now, apart from that, wasn't it like a little bit of, can I say cock tease? It was a little bit of a cock tease when you had that Ring of Honor New Japan show at the Garden.
Yeah, but you know, that thing was a nightmare too because they didn't want to run it. They wanted to run it. They were committed, and then they had to force their commitment.
I have very fond memories of that night too. That was amazing. That was the only time I've ever seen non-WWE at the Garden.
We weren't together.
No, you went with Bob and America's greatest frat boy, Josh
Coleman. Yeah. I went with America's oldest frat boy, Josh Coleman, and our attorney, Robert Rowe, my financier, my New York City financier. He is my New York City financier, Robert. Mm-hmm. I went with them, and I had great. We were in the same seats he has his season tickets for the Rangers, so we were there.
Great seats,
dude. Like, I got to tell you, I saw it very differently. I did not hate Enzo and Cass showing up.
No, people went bananas.
They went banana.
Yeah.
I did not hate that, and it was so interesting, like being in that building in the way that I watch wrestling. And listen, dude, like, you know, we're a little stuffy wrestling fans. Like, I get it, but like to me, I was like, oh no, this is really cool. I like what they were doing.
I was also really stoned when they came out, and
did you cry during Okada's match?
Almost. I was very I was very close. I was like, I was texting my wife a lot. Like, I can't believe I'm seeing Okada.
Bob looked at me like I was mentally ill when Muda came out.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, that's right. They did that Rumble, and you had Liger, you had
Liger
Muda show
and
up.
Muda.
I freaked out. Yeah.
And that was was that the last time we saw Muda? I think we saw Muda one other time.
Yeah, he was on a Dynamite. He was at a Grand Slam.
He was at a Grand Slam, yeah.
He was at the Grand Slam where I was a little bit of a bad boy, and I was standing on top of the press area when he came out.
Is that the one that we can't talk about? What happened?
The one we can't talk about, but I straight up was standing on top of the bench in the press area yelling my head off when he came out.
You were in the bowels of that building.
Dude, it was the best. We'll talk about it one day.
That's like when I go to the Garden with Bob or Citi Field, dude. This man takes us through like entries that haven't been changed since the building was built.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like we were leaving a Rangers game. It was me, him, and Jess. And he's like, no, come this way. I got a shortcut. And he went through like, it was almost like the Alice in Wonderland door.
Yeah.
We went through that thing, and I was transported back to like 1968.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane. Like I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I've been in this building a billion times. I just time traveled.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah. Those older buildings have the same like effect, I think. You know,
weird corridors. You know, very odd corridors. Hey, how about that Brooklyn Cyclone Stadium? You know, I don't know if they would run there. That would.
It's
be
also
a cool
not
place.
that big. It would be a cool place, but it's not a giant.
It doesn't
stadium.
need to be big. It doesn't need to. You know, what are you going to put in there? Can you put 11,000 in the Cyclone Stadium?
Are you driving 2 hours to Coney Island?
I would rather do something that I would probably get flagged rather than to do that.
Okay.
There's no chance in hell I'm driving to Coney Island.
2 hours to Coney Island to see a 7-hour wrestling
it's the pits.
show.
By the way, Coney Island is the pits.
Coney Island itself is fun.
Is it, Rich?
Is it nice? No, it's fun.
Is it fun?
It's fun. I like to see the Cyclones. I'll go with my in-laws. That's a good time. We'll go maybe once a year. I like seeing the Wonder Wheel because that's a friend of my in-laws' family.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a Greek guy that owns it.
Of course.
Of course. And you know, you got to get a hot dog. But apart from that, you know, no offense to Coney Island or anybody that
all
lives
the
there.
offense. It's gross.
But it's Coney Island.
You're walking on the beach in Coney Island?
People don't know. People don't know how fucking far Coney Island is from where we are in Queens.
Well, because we're barely Queens.
No, we're in a good chunk of Queens. We're at like the far side. Queens is oddly shaped, so we're at like the head.
The northeastern tip.
Yeah, we're on the northeastern tip of Queens. But you know, you go a couple of miles the other direction, you're in Nassau County. But then you go another couple of miles, you're in Brooklyn. You know, Coney Island
Crash
is
Paradise
like,
King.
Yeah.
I live in Bushwick, and I would maybe not go. And Trash is my first name. Yeah, but Bushwick's all like nice and gentrified, and it's not the Bushwick of the 80s. You know?
There's still a lot of that Bushwick though.
Flatbush, Bushwick, it's all nice now. It's crazy. It's I want it grimy again.
It's dirty 1983 New York.
Yeah, I want
breakdancing in the
dirty
street.
1983 Williamsburg. I don't want this new one.
I was talking with my wife the other day, and this is a tangent, but it's okay. It's our last show of the year. If I had a time machine,
Yeah,
I think I would just straight up go back to the 80s and enjoy it as an adult. You know, because when I was a kid, I was always like, yo, these dudes are breakdancing in the street. Like, I'm not old enough. You know, like, look at all this cool shit that's happening. And you're kind of just looking at it, but you're a kid, you know? Like, you can't get involved. Yeah. I'd go to like every hip hop show and like, you know, like all the fun stuff of 80s New York. I would try to participate in as this version of me. You know?
Are you going to Plato's Retreat?
I'm going everywhere.
Yeah. Plato's Retreat. You'll go to Studio 54.
Hell yeah, Studio 54.
The China Club.
Just like, you know, like classic Empire State Building, like visit all the weird buildings in New York, you know.
Yeah, I would just, you know what I'd like to see, like this, like what it was like in the 50s.
You don't want to see the 86 Mets win the World Series as an adult?
As an adult, yeah, you know what, I'd like to be there.
Yeah.
I'd like to be there. Interesting. All right, what are we talking about? Is there anything else we want to touch on?
Do you want to do? I got to get out of here in like 10 minutes, but
yeah,
do you want to?
Do you want more questions?
Cena's retirement, I guess, biggest thing of the year. Did you watch that Cody interview?
I watched parts of that Cody interview. I've never seen two, like, it was such an unnatural interview.
Okay.
Like, it was so stiff. Why was it so stiff?
I feel like John Cena in person on a professional level is probably a very intimidating guy because he's got the right answers for everything. He's kind of like a guru that everybody looks up to. You know, like Cody was gushing over him. Cody hasn't stopped crying for 2 weeks.
Cody's still crying.
I did like the this is like one weird thing that I repeated. I thought it was hysterical where they were talking about their drinks in the beginning because it's brought to you by like Wheatley Vodka.
Yeah,
so Cena had his cocktail called the You Can't Sip Me.
Okay.
And he goes, not to be confused with the Okerlund. And he goes, the Okerlund is a 16-ounce glass of vodka where you whisper the word cranberry over it.
I thought that was hysterical.
Such a good joke.
Yeah, do you know what bar would he get it at in the city? No, it was in Florida, right? He would get it in Florida.
It's like a golf course in Florida, apparently, that still does it. And it's ice, vodka, and like a splash of cran.
Dude, that's a great drink. Just like a drop, just like a little hint of cran.
Mm-hmm. That's all you need for the rest of the day.
You know, that's how I do my vodka seltzers. I like my vodka seltzer with like a hint of a cranberry.
Splash, just a splash,
like this.
Yeah. Here's a good question. Okay.
Yeah.
Joel T64 MG. Can you put that one up? I think MG's watching something else right now. I think he's watching The View.
Dude, you're watching porn? You're watching The View? He's a big Whoopi fan.
Put that one up. Joel T64.
Okay.
That's the one I'm looking at right now.
Just put it on.
What signings?
You know, he's talking and he's not even on mic.
What signings do you think AEW will make in 2026?
Who's available? I think Yota Tsuji will show up.
Yota Tsuji's going to show up. Who's going to leave WWE? You know, I feel like at this point, if you're working for WWE, you're kind of locked in a little bit.
Yeah.
Seems like the company really takes care of their guys at this point. And girls, obviously.
I don't know who's going to leave from there. I really don't. I think obviously Andrade's a good bet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who will leave from there, especially on a higher, like on the high level. Everybody's locked in the country. Gabe Kidd, for example, Mod Revolve in our chat room. That was a name I was about to say. He beat me to it. He's stealing my thunder. I definitely think Gabe Kidd will be there more. Do they need anybody from WWE? I don't think so. I think they have a great health. You know, if they're healthy, I think they have a great group of people.
I think if they scooped up a couple of people from the Indies, but they do have a big roster right now. You know, AEW's roster is very huge. If you look at who's signed to that company, it is a lot of people.
Listen, Foley's been very vocal about WWE and the Saudi stuff, and he's been, you know, the administration stuff. I don't want to see McFoley wrestle, but you know what?
No.
He could show up there and do something with Moxley and Moxley could turn into like just destroy Mick Foley, you know?
Yeah.
Someone could come get, to the rescue, and you get a little rub from Mick Foley.
Do you think it's too late to have Mick Foley show up as a heel manager?
You can't boo that man. He's Santa.
Like if he showed up and was like, Moxley, you're weak sauce now, and I'm going to show you how to be a mean bastard again.
You know what happened? A video of like one of Noelle Foley's like TikToks popped up, and it was her and Mick. And I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, what a sweet man.
I know.
Like you look at him, you're like, and I was showing Jess. I'm like, she knows who Mick Foley is, obviously. Oh my God, my signs are falling. The apocalypse is here. Paul Heyman.
Is that EC Dub sign falling again?
Yeah, it's falling again. Maybe I got to glue that thing on. I was showing her, and I'm like, she knows who Mick Foley is. I'm like, can you believe that this like sweet old grandpa, like he's like a grandpa,
Yeah,
like a sweet dad. This man, his character was that he was a boiler boy.
Right. He
was a gross rat booger boy hanging out of the boiler room, ripping his goddamn hair out and squealing like a pig.
Uh-huh.
And next thing you know, he's one of the most intellectual wrestlers ever. You find out that, and he writes a New York Times bestseller, and becomes the most beloved, like one of the most beloved people from that era. I find that lore so interesting.
100%. Sweet guy. Sweet guy.
Yeah.
We got one super chat here from Mod Revolve. MG, can you do the honors? Is there any talk of another AEW TV show in 2006? Whoa, we're going back in time.
I don't think they need to. You know what I would be fine for them to do? Well, they have a bunch of stuff they're working on. I would say that are like non-wrestling that they would like to pitch, or they have worked on. You know, that Renee and RJ City show was something. That was something, and I think it could have been a little bit bigger. I think that was the intention of it. I don't. Tony really wants to bring AEW Dark. He really, really wants that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the interest level is, but why not do something like that on True TV?
I have a question for you, Andrew.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yes.
How's your feelings on RJ City ending his YouTube show?
I love RJ. He's real. I love him. I'm disappointed because I thought it was really good, but he's ending it, I'm sure, for a reason.
You're going to have to manifest your friendship with him in 2026.
I have a friendship with him. I talk to him all the time. I message him all the time.
And does he message you back?
Yes, he does.
Hey, man.
Forcefully.
Are you standing? Are you standing on RJ City?
He's right under here. He tickles me. I don't know why. I'm so tickled by him.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Because you know what it's like? Like, I don't know why. Sometimes people are very easy to like talk to and get like he's one of those guys. He's he's a very nice man.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of modern wrestlers now are like nice people.
I really like him. I really like RJ.
We got one more good question, but I want to take this comment from Colm, America's oldest frat boy. I want Sunday Night Heat back. Of
course he does. He wants. You know what? You know what the problem is? Yeah. He's habitually trapped in 2002.
Yeah.
He's trapped in a time lock. He can't get out of 2002.
Let's take this last question.
He's working at Maxim Magazine. It's 2002. He's working at Maxim Magazine. Yeah. He's putting babes on the cover.
He's got an offer from FHM also.
He has an offer from FHM.
All right, low key, you know what magazine I really enjoyed in the early 2000s? Gene Simmons' Tongue magazine. Do you remember that?
Was that? You know what? I think Chauncey Hayden was in that magazine.
Really? I had like a couple of issues somewhere, and it just stopped production, I think, after like the first year.
Because he has a very long tongue, Chauncey.
Does he really?
He does. He has like a Gene Simmons tongue.
Also, side note, congratulations on being the dedication in Chauncey's new book that's coming out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of your head is in that picture, by the way.
It's me. It's just me.
It's just you. It's just, when you sent it to me, I was like, wow, that's straight up just a picture of Andrew and people behind him.
When it comes, I think it's coming out. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's coming out. But Chauncey from the Howard Stern Show wrote a book, and he dedicated the book to me and like Jess.
Yeah. The Zarian family.
I never thought I would have a whack packer dedicating a book to me.
Which is nuts, man. That's really cool. Congratulations. But it
Yeah.
is a large picture of you and
It
everybody else really tiny.
But we're like family friends, so it's
Yeah.
a weird. That's a weird that's my that is my wife's odd brother.
I could see that.
That is my wife's deranged brother. That's
I
the
could see that.
relationship we have.
Let's take this
What was that
last
question from Combe? What was that question from Combe? Were the Mets good?
Were the Mets good in because you said he's trapped in the early 2000s?
Not in 2002. I don't know how good they were.
No. Let's do this last question and then hit the road.
All right.
Brian Knight 6990 MG, could you pull it up? Which wrestlers? A great question to end on. Which wrestlers would you invite to your New Year's Eve party?
RJ City.
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
Yeah, straight up Mark Henry.
My New Year's. So it's our crew though. It's like our people too, right? It's me, you, Jonathan, like the crazy one, batshit crazy Silvana.
Yeah.
Okay, so for that group, Damian Priest.
Okay.
Right.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea. Okay, fine. I'll put Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put Rhea. Definitely RJ City.
Mm-hmm.
Who else would
I think knowing our crew, we'd have to put Liv Morgan in there.
Liv would have a great time at our party, to be honest. She's a Jersey girl. She'd get the whole thing. I'd invite all the Northeast people.
Okay.
I'd invite Mark Briscoe showing up. That's like when Cliff shows up. That's like when Cliff shows up at the party.
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green would definitely. People don't understand. Like my parties, like Rich can contest. It is the home for. It is a wayward home for misfits.
It's a lot of fun.
And it's loud, and it's people end up on my roof.
There's a lot of people coming in and out all day. It's a good time.
Lot of people.
Food's always really good. Your wife does such a great job with the food.
You know where we're catering Christmas Eve? Papazio's.
Really?
We're catering from Papazio's.
Oh, interesting.
Full trays.
That's gonna be good.
Sicilian eggplant.
Very
no
nice.
breading, right? Sicilian eggplant, chicken parm,
Fantastic.
calamari platter,
Nice.
like calamari and baked clams, because it's you got to have the fish. And then like a bunch of other pastas and stuff.
Sounds incredible.
And sides, and then all the cold cuts, all the gabagools, and all the schwierdels, and all the pastries, and all the everything.
Yeah, Jess does a phenomenal job with charcuterie at your place.
Oh, she's a great charcuterie person.
Who else would come? Who else would be there? The Rizzler?
Dude, 100%, all of them. All of those guys. All of those guys. All those guys would show up.
Obafemi?
Oba would be great. I'd love to have Obafemi. My father would ask him if he's from Guyana.
Probably.
Are you Guyanese?
It's because I feel like we're going. I'm doing the same thing you are. I'm going through the list of like who do you think would have a great time?
Max would have a good time.
Max would have a good time. Tamina
definitely.
Oh, dear.
Tamina would have a great time.
Who else? Asuka.
I think I think it's rare for someone not to. You know who would not have a good time? CM Punk. He would not have a good time.
No, definitely not.
Seth Rollins would not have a good time.
No.
Those two definitely would not have a good time.
No.
Sheamus would have a great time.
Yo, Eddie Kingston.
Dude, do you know how many Eddie Kingstons I know and I'm friends with? How many Eddie Kingstons are you friends with?
A million.
Like a million, right? Like half the list is Eddie Kingston. You don't understand. Eddie Kingston is a type here in New York.
Yeah,
there's
100%.
a lot of Eddie Kingstons. Dominic, my daughter would be thrilled. My daughter's top two crushes: Pete Alonso and Dominic Mysterio.
All right, I could see it. Both sweet looking boys.
One's a sweet boy. One is a bad boy.
Yeah.
You can't date that dirty Domino. You know what? The New Day. They would have a great. Oh, you know what? The New Day for sure. That's my answer. That's my final answer. All three.
Great.
All three. We would have such a great time because we talk about wrestling and then we talk about video games. We talk about comic books.
Oh yeah.
They would lean into this heavily.
I think so.
We're fantasy booking my friendship with the New Day
AJ
now.
Styles, I think too.
AJ would not have a He would not have a good
No.
time. Nope,
Fantasy
not
booking
at all.
New Year's Eve right here.
He would not have a good time at my New Year's Eve party. Mercedes would have a great time.
I think so. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin.
No, I don't think they'd have a good time. MVP would have a great time.
Okay.
Oh, Mercedes would bring the Beast Mordos. He would be fun.
He'd be great time. He'd have a great time. What I'm wondering? Has anybody ever come? Hechicero. Oh, that's who I want. Only him. I only want Hechicero.
Yeah.
Has there anybody that's been to our parties? Because you're at all of them. We do like all these. Like every quarter we have a big one.
Yeah.
Has there been anybody that has left and like been like, it's not my crowd? I think so. I think a couple of people, but I don't think it's a big deal because there's always so many people there. There's so many people. It's like 30 people every time. Where are you doing for New Year's? I'm going to Brian and Cooper.
I don't know yet. I think we're going to a friend's house. It was one of those things. My wife agreed to it, and then she's like, "This is what we're doing," and I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, we're going to Brian and Cooper for dinner.
Very nice.
4:30. I have my martini at the bar, and then we go and we sit down. We do a big. Bob hosts a big New Year's Eve dinner.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. All right, I gotta get out of here.
All right, you get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Love all of you guys. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Happy New Year. This is the last show of the year for us. We will be back. We'll be back. I guess what day is that? We will be back on the 6th.
Great. Perfect timing. The night after Raw. The day after Raw.
The day after Raw, we will be back. Love each and every one of you. See you all next time.